Hello everyone, Soulflame here, playing on my Shadow Priest Salvania. Today I'll be giving you a quick run through of the DPS Silver mode of the Proving Grounds. As always, a quick look at my glyphs and talents. A handy tip is that if you have spare time in between rounds, you can use it to pre-position feathers, so you can grab a quick speed boost when you need to later. You'll see me do this several times throughout the video. All of the countdowns and warnings you'll see as the video progresses are provided by the Proving Grounds module of the DBM add-on. If you don't already have that, I suggest you get it. Wave 1 is just a Guardian and a Slayer. The Slayer does nothing special, so you'll focus down the Guardian first. The Guardian blocks all attacks from the front, so if he happens to be facing in the wrong direction, just quickly reposition yourself before starting your DPS rotation. And as soon as the Guardian is dead, just focus down the Slayer. If at all possible, you'll want to finish off your enemies with Shadow or Death, as this gives you a Shadow Orb, and the more Shadow Orbs you have, the more Devouring Plagues you can do. Not only is Devouring Plague powerful on its own, but because of our talents it gives us a buff that increases the damage on Mind Flay and Mind Sear. Wave 2 is just a single Slayer out in front and then a pack of varmints in the back. As usual, when facing a single target, we're going to open with Mind Blast and then dump the Shadow Orbs into Devouring Plague. As I mentioned before, this will give you a buff to your Mind Sear. We're going to use that to help bring down the pack of varmints more quickly. Just continue to AoE everything down until everything is dead. If you end up with a few survivors here and there, just use single target damage to finish them off. Wave 3 is just 2 Slayers flanking an Amber Weaver. The Amber Weaver summons an Amber Globule. If that globule catches a target, it stuns that target and increases the damage it takes by 50%. We're going to quickly put Shadow Word Pain on all 3 targets. It's an instant cast, so you can do it as you move. We're going to take advantage of that previously mentioned damage buff to help us focus down each target. Wave 4 is a large Amber Weaver in the back and a pack of varmints in the front. You'll want to position yourself as I do so that the pack of varmints is between you and the Amber Weaver. The first thing we'll want to do is get all of our dots rolling on the Amber Weaver. As soon as we've done this, switch to the pack of varmints and use Mind Sear. Your positioning should ensure that the varmints keep getting hit by the Amber Globules so that they take extra damage. And continue repositioning yourself so that you always have a varmint between yourself and the Amber Weaver. When you're down to 1 or 2 surviving varmints, just switch back to the Amber Weaver and finish him off, and then use single target damage to finish off any remaining varmints. Wave 5 is a large Mystic, which is a healer, out front, and another pack of varmints in the back. You want to open hard on the Mystic and deal as much damage as you can before he starts to cast his heal. When he does cast his heal, you want to interrupt that. Keep in mind that even when glyphed, our interrupt has a fairly large cooldown, so we don't want him to have a second chance to cast that heal. If your DPS is a little low and you can't finish him off before he tries to cast a second heal, keep in mind that the fear from both Psychic Horror and Psychic Scream can be used to interrupt that cast. As soon as the Mystic is dead, just go into AoE mode and start bringing down the pack of varmints. As always, if you have 1 or 2 stragglers, finish them off single target. Wave 6 is another Mystic, flanked on one side by a Guardian and the other by a Slayer. As soon as the round begins, you want to get your dots rolling on all 3 targets if possible, although the Guardian may be facing in the wrong direction. Once you have your dots rolling, go ahead and target and focus the Mystic. As always, be ready to interrupt that heal. Once you've handled the Mystic, the next target on your kill order is the Guardian. Once you've handled the Mystic, your next highest priority is the Guardian. Go ahead and refresh your dots on the Slayer and then focus down the Guardian. Don't forget you may need to reposition yourself because of the shield. Once your dots are ticking on the Guardian, he will continue to take damage from them no matter which direction he's facing. So if, as happens here, he turns to face you where it would block your Mind Flay, it may be best to just turret and then attack the Slayer. If that happens and the dots are not enough to kill him while you kill the Slayer, just reposition yourself and then finish him off. Wave 7 consists of a small Amber Weaver and 2 small varmints in the middle. On either side of that are Guardians, and out front is a Mystic. Ideally, you'll want to start this round on the opposite side of where I am so that the orb hits the healer first. At any rate, your general strategy is going to be to interrupt the heals and focus down the healer as quickly as you can while kiting the orbs in a circle and making use of the damage buff to quickly kill each target in turn. Just before recording this video, I switched the places of the interrupt and Mind Blast buttons on my toolbar, so at this point and several others you may see me inadvertently cast silence. You don't actually need to silence anything in this round except for the healer. Anyway, as soon as you've used the orbs to take down all of the large targets around the center, just AoE down the pack. You can use the orb against it if you step behind the Amber Weaver as soon as he starts to cast. Wave 8 features a large Mystic in the middle, flanked on either side by small Amber Weavers, and there is a Slayer out front. Since priests don't have a reliable way to crowd control one of the Amber Weavers for an extended period of time, the best way to handle it is to put Shadow Word Pain on one and stand near it. As soon as he starts to cast, step behind it so that he gets caught in the Amber Globule. The damage buff will help your dots kill him quickly. While you're doing this, you want to target and stay focused on killing the Mystic. Until the first Amber Weaver is dead, you'll want to be really careful about your positioning. You'll want to be far enough away from the nearest Amber Weaver that you don't get hit by the globule when he does. However, you also want to be close enough that the far Amber Weaver's globule hits the Mystic when it passes through the middle. Once the first Amber Weaver is dead, just use the remaining one as you normally would to use the globules to quickly bring down all of the other targets with the damage buff. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope it helped. As always, if you need to reach me, you can do so through this YouTube channel or through my blog.